How's it going, guys? I want to share with you guys my new build for the Eo Trike since the TLC update. A lot of you guys have been asking, if I was going to do a video on this. I'm sorry that it's coming out a little bit late. I work a real life job and things like that, so some stuff gets in the way. Um, but we got it out today, so yeah, I just want to share with you guys the build. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you guys run a build that's similar, maybe you run the same build, or maybe you don't like this at all. I will say that there is a subspecies that I haven't messed with too much, and maybe you guys can let me know if that's good. But anyway, before I ramble too much, let's just jump right into the video and start off with our subspecies as we always do. So, as you can see here, I'm running the plus 3% attack damage. For those of you that have stuck around the channel for a long time, you guys probably know by now I enjoy running attack damage as my subspecies for a lot of my dinosaurs because I play alone a lot. Some of my friends play here and there, but a lot of the time I play this game alone, and so therefore I'm trying to finish a fight really quickly. So if I find a 1v1 that I want to take, or 1v2, I'm trying to get those fights over with as fast as possible. So that's why I opt for damage, because I feel like it does the most in the shortest period of time. But there is sometimes like play styles and fight styles that may be suitable to somebody else that you could run a different subspecies. So, but for my build, we're running the plus 3% attack damage. I will say that the fracture healing, I don't think this is necessary, but I really do like the model. I think the model looks really cool since the TLC update. And then this one, as you can see, I haven't even unlocked it, so I haven't messed with it much, but this 10% stamina recovery might actually be good. So let me know down in the comments if this is actually a good subspecies or not, how effective it is, because I actually don't know. I haven't really messed with it too much. Again, I usually go for damage, and this is kind of what I built into. And yeah, I found it's worked pretty good so far. So plus 3% attack damage to the sub. Moving into our abilities, as you can see, we got a whole bunch of new abilities for the Eo Trike and stuff like that. We got 2 new passives over here. Starting out with those, we have Armored Skull, where it says you take no extra damage from head attacks, which is huge. And actually, for those of you that ever read the hints when you pause the game, you hit the options button on the game, it usually tells you like a hint at the top. And for a long time, since I've been playing the game, it used to state that a Triceratops or a Ceratopsian, it would say, takes reduced damage to the head anyway. So I think that's always been a passive that's always been in on the Triceratopses. It's just now we actually see it here on the ability screen. So we have Armored Skull. Obviously you're going to pick both these passives, but I'll read to you what they do. We also have Ironclad, which you heal status effects 100% faster, which I feel this kind of makes the subspecies of Fracture Healing kind of not so useful, because you're already healing the status effects 100% faster. You already kind of got a buff that's healing that, so I don't really know if it's really beneficial to take that subspecies, because there's not going to be a lot that really gets you locked down that bad anyway with this 100% heal from the status effects. So anyway, those two, you're going to want to pick them anyway on your build, of course. For our head slots, we have our standard headbutt attack, just a quick headbutt attack that causes high damage, very useful for spamming. And then we also have Head Slam, which is new, where it's just a slamming headbutt attack that costs stamina and deals high damage. So this here, what I found best when you're fighting is you want to start off the fight by hitting them with a head slam. It's going to go on like a 3-second cooldown, I believe. And then you're going to want to hit the headbutt in between that time. After hitting a head slam, you want to hit the regular headbutt. And then by the time that you do that animation, this head slam should be about ready to go again. And you're going to hit that. So usually headbutt, no, sorry, head slam and then headbutt, head slam and then headbutt, and you go between the two when you're fighting. So those are your 2 attacks. For senses, we have a few different options here. I went with Sharpened Horns. This has always been on the Eo Trike, but this is giving you a huge damage buff for 60 seconds, so you get a big damage output for running that there. There's a few other interesting options here as well. You have, Locked Horn and Frilled Bond. Locked Horn being you gain 20% armor for 30 seconds for each hit received while using the block, and it can stack up to 5 times. So you gain a 20% armor increase basically for 5 stacks if you have it for that time. It's decent, but you're obviously using the block attack, which is on your head slot, and I feel that this here honestly isn't all that good a deal. Maybe if you're playing some group play, this might be beneficial. If you're really able to like partner with somebody and really do, coordinate well. But I kind of feel like it's kind of a hard playstyle to run, honestly. And this is also increasing the damage by 7.5% and armor by 7.5% to yourself and any ceratopsian in your group within 50 meters, stacks up to 4 times. So this here is actually not a bad thing to run if you're going to run another Triceratops or maybe even a Sera, or not a Sera, sorry, a Styra in your group or something like that. Maybe you could run Frilled Bond. So if you're running with a group, that might be something you might want to pick over Sharpened Horns. It does give you a damage buff, and it will be active within the 50 meters that you are within your group. So that might be a good option. But for now, for my build, we're running Sharpened Horns. For the buff, the metabolism, we're just running herbivore, eating the berries. It's all good. For the hide, again, we got some interesting picks now because they reworked this. But I run Horned Edge, which Sharpened Horns now has a faster cooldown and provides a larger damage increase at the cost of less stamina to use. So I personally feel like that Sharpened Horns is one of the best damage buffs in the game, at least that it's always seemed that way anyway. And of course, this is just buffing that even further so that you can use it more often, have it on a less cooldown, so it's just really good. And again, if you're playing with a group, you could maybe run one of these other ones here. You could probably run Headstrong or Bony Frill. Again, I just don't use the Frill thing much, so that's just me. And I won't go into all of it. You guys can read it for yourselves, so I'm not going to really go into all of this right now. And then for my build, I've been kind of going between the two. I run Backlash right now because it does kind of help keep the small raptors and things like that are attacking you from behind. It helps a little bit, but again, this only activates when you get hit. That it basically does a tail attack. So I'll just read it to you. I guess it says, when attacked from the rear, automatically retaliate with a tail attack that causes light damage and knockback. Now the damage is honestly hardly nothing at all, but the knockback is kind of helpful to get things off your butt because the Triceratops just doesn't turn like it used to. And it's a little hard to get things off you sometimes, and a lot of the time when playstyle, you want to try to get your back to a wall or over water or something like that to try to negate people getting behind you if you're playing defensively. But Backlash kind of helps get the smaller dinos so you can move, maybe from an open field to a wall so you can post up and try to do some damage. So it kind of keeps things off you, but again, it only happens when you get attacked. So you're already taking damage, and then it will not do the knockback, so it just kind of helps you not get something tail riding you. Overrun is a really good pick as well, I feel, because it really is good for your charge ability, which we haven't gone over yet, but it helps with the stamina cost and the turn rate. So Overrun, this is kind of up to you which one you guys want to pick. I've ran both, and they're both kind of about the same. They're kind of successful in their own way, so that's up to you guys. And of course you have Strong Legs, which just another increased fracture heal and knockback, so it's not a big deal. So I don't really run those, the Strong Legs. And then, of course, for our back limb, we have Charge, where you charge forward in a line, causing damage to anything you hit, and cannot be interrupted by knockback. So this is actually huge that you can't be interrupted by knockback. It used to be before that sometimes the least little thing could ruin the charge animation. I'm glad that they've allowed it so that it can't get interrupted by a knockback. That really helps you be able to chase down your target and get a nice hit on them. So that's basically the build. It's very, very short compared to the Rex, I feel. But as you can see down here, these are the few abilities you want to worry about. And I'll just go over really quickly kind of the order in which I do it. If you're fighting another Apex fight, maybe you're going up against another Triceratops, or maybe you're going up against a T-Rex or something like that, you're obviously going to want to sharpen horns pre-fight. So when you have some distance between you and the enemy, you want to get the sharpened horns up. And then you're going to lead with your charge ability down here. Right? So you're going to go with your back limb and hit the charge. And you're going to want to try to land that, because the amount of damage that deals, even if a Rex is fully buffed, it's going to start putting you into contention where you can actually, go blow for blow with him if you're able to get sharpened horns up and land the charge at a decent distance. And then from there, once you have your buff up and you've hit the charge, you're going to want to face tank. Make sure that they actually bite you on the head, because you have reduced damage on your head. Something to take note of. And you're also going to want to try to land your head slam, because remember, as long as they're headshotting you, you're also kind of headshotting them. And you take reduced damage to your head, so you want to play to your favor in an Eo Trike fight, especially if you're fighting a T-Rex, things like that. And you want to use Head Slam, because this here does a high amount of damage, so you want to lead with that, and then go right into your headbutt while Head Slam is on cooldown. And then you're going to go back to Head Slam again. And you're basically going to do that rotation of abilities until the fight's over, until you kill the opponent or he backs off. And that's pretty much it. The Eo Trike is pretty simple. It's not terribly hard to learn how to play. But yeah, that's the build, and sorry for taking so long to get through it, and for getting the build out there kind of late. But I hope you guys enjoyed the build, and I hopefully, I guess I'll see you out there. And as you can see, I just got back from a fight on my Eo Trike. So if you guys want to stick around, I'll show you a couple of video clips of me actually using the build. And until next time, I'll catch you later. All right, peace.